Hello Reds fan, in this video you'll stay informed about the latest Liverpool news. But first, leave your like and subscribe to our channel right now, so you don't miss any updates about Liverpool FC. Liverpool fans have honestly taken to Federico Chiesa in a big way, even though his time at Anfield hasn't exactly been a roaring success on the pitch. There's just something about him that supporters want to work. Even if the minutes and impact haven't quite matched the hype, Chiesa was Arne Slot's very first signing as Liverpool boss, which made it feel like he was going to be a key piece of the new era. But fast forward 18 months and it's clear he's never really nailed down the manager's full trust. Last season was especially rough, with just 6 Premier League appearances, and most of us expected him to be moved on in the summer. Surprisingly, he stayed put, and while things have improved slightly this season, the situation still isn't ideal. He's only started 1 league game in the 2025-26 campaign so far, which naturally fuels talk about a possible January exit. That noise got louder when Fabrizio Romano suggested Liverpool had been in contact with Juventus about a potential move. From a fan's point of view, that idea feels mad. With injuries and a lack of depth up front, letting Chiesa go right now would make zero sense. Still, Romano claimed Juventus have spoken to Liverpool and Chiesa's camp, and that there's a feeling the player would be open to a return to Turin if the opportunity came up. He was careful to say Chiesa hasn't demanded a move, but that the interest is real and the decision would ultimately be down to Liverpool. Not long after James Pearce poured cold water all over it. According to him, Liverpool haven't spoken to Juventus at all, and Chiesa is seen internally as an important squad player. Pearce also pointed out that Chiesa has featured in 5 straight matches, which doesn't exactly scream player on the way out. When you look at the bigger picture, it's hard to argue with that. Liverpool simply can't afford to lose attacking options right now. Even if Chiesa isn't starting every week, he's involved far more than last season and has already made 20 appearances in all competitions this term. He's only missed 9 games, which shows Slot does rely on him, even if it's often from the bench. Is it perfect for Chiesa? No, he's good enough to start regularly for plenty of top teams across Europe, but for Liverpool right now, he's a useful and important part of the squad. The only scenario where letting him go makes sense is if Liverpool bring in another forward first. If a replacement arrives and Slot has more options, then fine, have the conversation. Until then, selling Chiesa in January would be a massive gamble the club just doesn't need to take. So Reds, Liverpool are crying out for a short-term solution up front right now, and honestly, the club might not have to look too far to find one. With how the season's shaping up, something has to give. The Reds went big in the summer by bringing in 2 new strikers, but plans have quickly fallen apart. Alexander Isak's fractured leg has ruled him out for a long spell, and that's left Hugo Ekitike as the only proper number 9 available. That's far from ideal when you're fighting on multiple fronts. The pressure has already started to show too. Ekitike missed the Fulham game with a minor hamstring problem, and that alone highlights how thin Liverpool are up top. Asking one young striker to carry the entire load just isn't sustainable, and Arne Slot knows it. Because of that, a short-term fix feels like the most realistic option. A loan or a low-risk deal until the end of the season makes far more sense than splashing big money again. There are plenty of names out there, but one option could be about to fall right into Liverpool's lap. Callum Wilson fits the bill perfectly. He's experienced, Premier League proven, and knows exactly what it takes to make an impact quickly. According to reports, he's already in talks to leave West Ham just 5 months after signing a 1-year deal, mainly because they've brought in 2 new strikers and pushed him down the pecking order. The expectation is that his contract will be terminated, which would make him a free agent. From Liverpool's point of view, that's ideal. No transfer fee, no long-term commitment, just someone who can come in and do a job. What makes it even more appealing is the type of deal Wilson was on at West Ham. It was heavily based on incentives, with a low basic wage and bonuses for goals. That's exactly the sort of structure Liverpool would be happy with right now, especially after a big spending summer. Wilson has 4 league goals this season in just over 800 minutes, which shows he's still got something to offer at 33. A short-term move until the end of the season feels sensible rather than risky, of course. The big concern is his injury record. Everyone knows how good he is in front of goal, but he's missed a huge number of games over the years. That's the gamble. Still, he's stayed fit so far this season, and on a low-risk deal. It might be worth taking the chance. It's not the most exciting signing in the world, but it could be the smart one to steady things. Listen up, Liverpool fan. Marc Guehi is still right at the top of Liverpool's wish list when it comes to signing a new centre-back. The club's interest in him has been pretty obvious for months now, and it doesn't look like that's changed anytime soon. Everyone knows Liverpool need defensive reinforcements, and Guehi has always been the standout option. With his contract running down and a free transfer coming up in the summer, he's been seen as the perfect bit of business. But there's now a real chance the Reds might have to move earlier than planned if they want to get this one done. The latest update on the situation isn't exactly what Liverpool fans want to hear. Things are starting to move quickly, and if the club are serious about Guehi, they may need to act fast. Liverpool and Manchester City have been battling it out on and off the pitch for years, and now it feels like that rivalry is spilling into the transfer market again. City already look like they've beaten Liverpool to Antoine Semenyo, and now they're circling around Guehi too. According to reports, City's interest has ramped up following injuries to key defenders like Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Dias, with their backline suddenly looking thin. But the noise around a January move is definitely growing. That's bad news for Liverpool. We all know what happens when City properly decide they want a player. More often than not, they get their man. Crystal Palace would likely sell if the price is right, which means Liverpool can't afford to sit around hoping everything works out. Missing out on Guehi once would be frustrating enough, but allowing him to join a direct title rival would be a nightmare. Liverpool seem confident they can land him on a free in the summer, but waiting comes with serious risks now. If the Reds step in with a January bid, there's every chance Guehi would choose Anfield over anywhere else. Leave it too late though, and City or even a club from abroad could swoop in and ruin the plan. Guehi's quality is obvious to everyone, and he's worth far more than the fee Palace would accept right now. Liverpool have no excuses here. If they truly want him, they need to move quickly and make sure he doesn't end up in sky blue. This is the Liverpool FC News Fan channel, and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.